A disturbing case of apathy is being reported from the state of Karnataka. On the 23rd of October, a woman met with an accident in Mandya, but the locals and later the police personnel failed to help her. The vehicle that hit the woman sped from the spot, leaving her critically injured. What's worse is that the citizens around the spot decided against taking her to hospital. Instead, they put leaves around her to cordon the area off. The woman cried out for help, but her plea fell on deaf ears. Minutes later, the police arrived at the spot but refused to carry her to the hospital. Instead, they waited for 20 minutes till the ambulance arrived to move her to the hospital. The delay and the negligence proved fatal, costing the victim her life. Correspondent Nolan now joins me live on this big story emerging from Karnataka. Nolan, this is apathy at three levels. Firstly, by the driver who actually hit and made a move from there and then in the car. Then on part of the citizens around that area who saw this lady critically injured and refused to help her. And thirdly, on part of the police.
Well, this is apathy all around. I mean, okay, fine. There are villages over there. They were scared to do anything. Hence, they kept a coconut branch next to her so that other vehicles don't run over her on that particular village road. But the question is about the police. They informed the police. In the video, it's clearly seen 2 police vehicles are at the spot. The police are doing the work of traffic policemen over there, making sure that vehicles pass by. And instead of helping her, they waited for an ambulance which took 20 minutes. Now the question is this that everyone's asking. You have 2 vehicles over there. You yourself could have actually taken her. Police have training. They do know how to give first aid. They do know when a person is injured how to hold the person, without further causing more trouble. They could have done that. That golden hour was lost. 20 minutes they wasted. Then it took some time for them to come over there. The villagers did not help. So by the time she was taken to the hospital, we are told that the doctors tried their best, but she succumbed to her injuries. It was head injuries that she sustained. You can clearly see her writhing in pain over there on the floor, on the road, I beg your pardon. And it's just, I spoke to a few people also here, especially from the BJP. I was just asking them about that. And they state that it's inhuman. It's nothing about who's done this, who's not done it. It's just inhuman over here that, when you see someone in pain and you see someone injured, the first thing you would do is go and help them. You would do that, right, for your family members. So why not for another person?
Right, Nolan, do stay with me. We also have Mr. Hussain from the Congress joining me on the phone line. Mr. Hussain, if you've had a look at these extremely disturbing visuals, it's really saddening to see that the police didn't take any steps to help save this woman's life.
See, it's extremely shocking. It's inhuman. It's a complete irresponsibility on the part of the police that were there. I know anywhere and everywhere it will at least take 10 to 20, 30 minutes for the ambulance to arrive. But that doesn't mean that the police couldn't have lifted this woman in their vehicles and they could have shifted her to the hospital. The police is there to aid and help the citizens. When a woman is lying in a pool of blood and she is crying for help, these people are standing there and trying to divert the traffic and make way for the other traffic. Instead of that, they should have blocked the traffic. They should have taken this woman in their own vehicle to the hospital, and they should have seen that the first aid is given immediately to them.
Mr. Hussain, now that we've brought this incident to light, what action can we expect against these policemen in Karnataka?
I urge the Chief Minister of Karnataka and the Home Minister that these policemen should be taken to task and this action should be initiated against them immediately. Because it is not a question of whether the ambulance had come or not. This is completely lack of responsibility, completely lack of presence of mind of these people, especially the police that were there. And even the common people and common men who were there on the road, they should also help this lady. This is inhuman, I'll tell you this. It's very sad to see this woman asking for help, lying on the road, and people are there, police is there, and they're not helping her. It's so sad, so sad.
Mr. Hussain, do stay with me. I also have Mr. Reddy from the BJP joining me on the phone line. Mr. Reddy, the Good Samaritan law, it really doesn't seem to be reaching the far out areas. This is an example and a very disturbing example of how the citizens, the civilians of the area just put banana leaves around this lady and they just walk off from there. Instead, they just stand, they take images, they take pictures, they take videos, but nothing is done beyond that.
Yes, madam. I think it is extremely unfortunate. Words cannot describe the sort of problem, the sort of picture that we see. I actually, whatever Mr. Nazar Hussain says, the sympathies that he has expressed, yes, we have. It is not only the sympathies. It is really astonishing that people, the onlookers, look at such tragic incidents with such a mindset. I wonder what sort of a barbaric era that we are living in. You know, it is very sad, extremely sad. No amount of words, no amount of human compassion can explain this.
Mr. Hussain, if I can come back to you for a moment, we do believe that Karnataka was in fact one of the first states to go ahead and draft a Good Samaritan law. But this seems to be rather, you know, ironical that you have a woman dying on the streets of Karnataka with civilians just standing by.
See, the government can draft laws, government can come out with some good policies, some good bills which will be passed in the assemblies and all that is there. But I think the people should also understand that in such a situation it could be anybody, it could be one member of their own families. This is for the people to be little vigilant during this time, act like a good Samaritan, help a human being who is lying in a pool of blood there. I think it is for the people. Laws are laws. These laws can't be implemented in a very harsh manner. But I think the people should have been really helpful to this woman there. I also feeling so sad about this policemen who are supposed to be helpful to the people, who are supposed to be people friendly, who are supposed to be on the roads and help people in such cases. These policemen, they are standing and they are diverting the traffic. I don't know what was there on their mind. They could have easily picked up this woman, taken her to the hospital and saved her life. I don't know what is happening. I don't know how the government should act against these kind of people. Those who doesn't have a minimum presence of mind in such cases.
Right, all right. Do stay with me. I also have the SP of Mandya, G. Radhika, joining me on the phone line. My first question to you is, what really happened that day? Are you aware of this incident that took place on the 23rd of October? We see this woman lying in a pool of blood and there's apathy at all levels possible. G. Radhika, can you hear me? All right, we'll try and reconnect with the SP of Mandya, G. Radhika there, who would have to really answer some very tough questions on this incident that's taken place. But going back to Nolan, if he's still with us. Nolan, it seems that the Good Samaritan law is really not holding, it's not being taken seriously in places in Karnataka, especially Mandya, because you have these civilians who actually put banana leaves around this woman and that's all they did. That was their contribution, while one of them or a few of them could have just carried her to hospital and saved her life.
You know, Nasir Hussain from the Congress actually made a very valid point. The government can actually come out with all the laws and regulations, and you know, like the Good Samaritan law, it received the governor's nod. Now the point is, the people should understand this, and I'm not too sure if the people do know about it. Yes, the government has actually made sure there's a lot of publicity about this, saying that if some accident takes place, you can help the person. You will not be hounded by the police. You will not be hounded by the hospital. All you need to do is take the person, drop the person in the hospital, and that is it. I mean, no one's going to ask you more questions. Maximum is, where did this happen? What did you see? But that is what people should understand. So it's all about maybe educating the people even more. I don't know it. I failed to come out with any words as such, because you see someone in trouble, you go and help them. You don't run away. Only cowards run away. This lady over there was writhing in pain. The least, Again, I want to stress this point. The police know about this. The police are trained in first aid. The police know about what's to be done in these cases. That's why these are villages, not in the city. But the police, what about them? They could have helped her. So in this particular case, if the woman died, it's directly because of the negligence and apathy of the police over there.
All right, Nolan and and the other two guests that we had, Mr. Vivek Reddy and G. Radhika, who we're trying to still get. We'll try and come back to him on this story, but that's what we have for you. Disturbing visuals coming in from Mandya in Karnataka, where a woman there you see is lying in a pool of blood. Of course, we've morphed those visuals. They were extremely difficult to actually witness with her lying in that pool of blood, but there has been complete apathy at 3 layers really, by the civilians, by the police, and as well as by that driver who actually hit and made a run from the spot.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.